Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we face two sides at either end of the table, one near the bottom and one near the top. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 25 of Going Dutch, as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, as we try and return them to the top flight and then leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games as mentioned. First of all, we welcome Almere City to the Amanda Makers for Eredivisie Match Day 21, and then we are away in Eindhoven against the phenomenal PSV for a match away from home. And you know what our away form's like, and it's a side that currently are second in the table, which doesn't bode well, but stranger things have happened, of course. If you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series, let me know what you'd like to see more of on the channel, and also what you'd like to see me do when we get to FM 25. What would you prefer me to be focusing on then as we get into that cycle? Of course, delayed until towards the end of November, which isn't such a bad thing because I'm away on holiday. And obviously, I didn't want to come straight back into the beta version. It's quite nice just to have a little bit of settle down, a little bit of relax after your holiday, and then get sorted, ready for the beta version FM 25. And I'm sure there'll be some more news coming out about that very, very soon. Right, let's get into it then. Don't forget, you can follow everything that's going on this channel and keep up to date with all the videos by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. I should have mentioned that just now. I do apologise. Right, let's have a look then, see what's been going on since you were last with us. Nothing, to be fair. We played Sparta Rotterdam and Excelsior on our poor run of only 2 wins in 5 games, one of those being a friendly. So realistically, only 1 in 5. And we managed to squeeze past Excelsior, of course, with that Tex Lobinger goal in the last episode. Of course, missing out to Sparta Rotterdam with a late goal that they scored against us. We couldn't keep them out, and Castanaris and Shrivers doing their best to try and do it. Today we face, first of all, Almere City, currently on the bottom of the Eredivisie. That doesn't mean a thing. As we know, this is football. This is Football Manager. And it can all go badly wrong if you think that this is going to be straightforward. It's not. And then we face PSV EIndhoven at the Philips Stadion. And they are currently second in the table. Let's, while we're at that, recap on the table. And then just have a quick look, see what's been going on fixture-wise since you were last with us. I think we are on the second round of games for the weekend, so I think there have been some games played. So as it currently stands, Feyenoord are tops, 5 straight wins in their last 5 matches, and they're going at it hammer and tongs because they won their last game 5-0. Only 3 sides beaten them this year. FC Utrecht, PSV, who we face in the second game of the episode, and somebody called Waalwijk. So they are top. PSV are in second place, as we said, on 49 points, just 2 points behind Feyenoord. Ajax are in third place. The big three are on 48 points. There's a 7-point gap then to Zwolle, who take up the last European place on 41, and then a 4-point gap down to Sparta Rotterdam, who are in 5th on 37. Utrecht are 6th on 36. AZ are 7th on 35. We are sitting in 8th on 33 points. Utrecht have played a game more than everybody else at the moment, and our form, as you see, is not fantastic. Lost 3, drawn 1, won 1 in the last 5 in the league, and that's not form that's going to get us up there. But hey, first season back in the Eredivisie, if we finish somewhere where we are now or above, I would be happy with that. That would tick the box, and then next season we need to crack on and be looking to try and edge into these European places as a minimum. Down the bottom, Excelsior have dropped in, only for now, possibly because of games already played. Excelsior dropping into that playoff place for relegation, and then on 5 straight losses, Almere and today's opponents in the first game, Almere City on the bottom at the moment, 7 points. They are 9 points adrift of Heracles. Almere by losing 4 of their last 5, only managing one draw in their last 5. That draw coming against AZ of all people. So there we go. That is how the table looks going into this episode. Quick look in the medical centre. Vassen has got a tight thigh, albeit he'll be on the bench, I suspect, today. Lemure is still out. He had a twisted ankle, but he's only out for another day. So we should see him, or he should be available in the second game. That is for sure. Congolo, Setford and Van der Boij are all back and in the squad for, well, I say the squad, potentially can be picked for the squad today. Right, let's get into it then. First game up, it's Almere City. They have a full team to pick from. As I've just said, Vassen and Lemure are doubtful for us. And also we have 2 trialists as well. Let's go and have a look at the team. And here is the team that will face Almere City in this Eredivisie match day 21. Setford is in goal. Van der Boij, Indy and Rekic are defensive line. Latonda and Strivers as the complete wing backs. Farrow and Oaksonen are between them. Toure out on the left. Peter out on the right. Castanaris continues up front. Vassen, who has an injury, hopefully we won't need to use him, is on the bench. Congolou, Okali, Gari, Leveld, Lukesa, Hansen, Beaton, Rosier, Drambev, Lobinger and Duran all make up the bench. Here we are back at the Vandermakers. As I said, we've lost 3, won 1, drawn 1 of our last 5, which isn't good news. They've lost 4 of their last 5, drawn the other one, playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Nalik is the player that we've got to be careful of. We are 8th on 33, Almere City 18th on 7 points. As highlight comes just 11 minutes in. Shrivers with a throw in to Martins Indy. Martins Indy sort of casually comes forward. Toure goes on a bit of a run into the area. What's he going to do? Pulls this back, keeps it in, pulls it back, and Oskanen is there on the edge of the 6-yard box to put it away, and we go 1 up on 12 minutes, I think it is. Well worked. Toure looked like he was going to run out with this ball, kept it in, pulled it back, and Oaksonen was in the area, puts it away. Martins Indy. Van der Boij out wide to Latonda. Latonda also keeping this ball into the corner. Varro, Toure, and he had a shot and it come off the goalkeeper, and Peters heading wide. Corner, 34 on the clock. Toure's to the back, punched by the goalkeeper, only as far as Oaksonen, who's got Shrivers there in support. Martins Indy, he's gone out wide to Toure. Toure cuts it inside, try to get the run of Castanares, but didn't do it. This ball punted forward. Shrivers, Vro, we're going to recycle again. Rekic, Van der Boij, Castanares goes out wide to Latonda. He's in acres of space. Latonda into the area, but he's dispossessed, and it's back to the thing. And they made a complete make, and even Castanares, he was offside. And half time's come, and we remain just that 1 goal lead, and I'm not sure why or what we've been doing that haven't do. We're not quite at the 50% either. 10 shots, 4 on target, 1.51, 67% of the possession. They've had no shots, and 33% of the possession. We should be at least 2 or 3 up by now. They have a corner. Swung in, and a penalty, a handball? I don't know. He's going to have a look at the screen. I'm not quite sure what's gone on. And this could mean that Almere come level. It's not Almere City. Referee's looking at it. What's he going to do? It's a penalty. Thought it might be. Handball in there. And, can Setford make a name for himself? Maris. No, he's popped it in the bottom corner. Went the right way. And it's 1-1. And that's what comes of not capitalising. You don't capitalise on your chances, you pay for it in the long run. And that is exactly the case. And with 56 on the clock, making one change at this juncture. Peter, I don't know, we've brought him in and he looks so good in when he was on trial. And he's not really, just not played at all. I'm thinking dropping him to the reserves and until he picks up a bit of form, basically. So Peter is off. Shrivers moves up into that position. Lavelde comes on as the complete wing back. Shrivers not playing particularly well. We'll give him 5-10 minutes just to see if he can do anything on that side, and if not, then we will look to possibly bring on William Beaton and see if he can find a way through. But a 1-1 at home against the side on the bottom of the table, typical football, but not good enough. Barbet and Oakeston gets a foot in. Castanares, but the ball taken off him. But Shrivers is there. Shrivers pulls it back to Oakeston. Toure, it's come back off the woodwork. It's going to be one of those days, I think. And with 66 minutes on the clock, making another change. Castanares is off. Lobinger is on. And with 76 on the clock, making 3 changes at this point of the time. We have taken off Patrick Varro, replaced him with Emil Hansen. We've taken off Jur Shrivers and replaced him with Lavelde. Actually, we haven't. We've taken Shrivers off and replaced him with William Beaton. And then we have taken off Jacko Oaksonen and replaced him with Rossier, Lorenz Rossier. We are in the 6th minute of 5 added on. Martins Indy, Toure, Latonda. Is there going to be a last dramatic charge here? This ball floated in. It's not anywhere near. And they're going to come at us. And don't say we're going to lose this. No, Lavelde is in. Beaten. Lobinger. Lobinger. He's offside. VAR will check it. Was he offside? He was, and it's going to remain 1-1, and we've only managed to draw against the bottom side. Oh dear. And it was Beaton that was offside when that ball was played in, and well, what a sorry state to be in. 20 shots, 11 on target, 2.20, 63% of the possession. It should have been a cricket score, and we didn't do it. Almere City, 2 shots, 1 on target, 37% of the possession. A handball gave them the lifeline that they needed, and, well, very disappointing. Oakeston, player of the match, 2 key passes and a goal, 7.7. Really should have just knocked him out of sight. I despair what's going to happen against PSV. Well, after that disappointing game against Almere City, and I would have really had us down for a win. It's disappointing, very disappointing. Go Ahead Eagles getting themselves out of that relegation playoff space on goal difference with a 2-win over Haraveen. Haraveen dropping into there. AZ beating Emmen 2-1. Sittard beating Zwolle by 2-0. The draw we know all about. Sparta Rotterdam and Nijmegen 2-2. Vitesse 1, Excelsior 3. Excelsior pulling themselves out of their Feyenoord 2. PSV 0. So the top 2 playing one another, and Feyenoord would open a 5-point gap now over PSV and must be odds-on favourite to secure the title. PSV in second, Ajax third, Zwolle taking up the last of the European places on 41, 7 points adrift of Ajax, but they are also 3 points clear of AZ. The chasing pack are catching them. AZ in fifth, Sparta Rotterdam dropped down to sixth, Utrecht in seventh. We stay in eighth place on 34 points, 2 points behind Utrecht, 3 points clear of Volendam in ninth place. Hercules Almelo are still in 17th on 16 points. Almere City get 1 point closer by that virtue of that draw against us, have on the bottom with 8 points. That's how it is today. I'm just going to check on if we go Eredivisie, that's what I wanted to do. Past winners, as you see, Feyenoord have won it for the last 3 seasons on the trot, which means that they will be looking for a fourth title in succession if they were to win this season. And at the moment, they are in the box seat. Right, we have an international break again. We have 2 weeks down to the game against PSV. Come back just ahead of that and bring you up to date because the transfer window slammed shut as well. Well, it didn't seem a long time to you, but it was a long time for me to try and sort that out. The transfer window has slammed shut. Nothing happened in that, I can tell you. It's all hunky-dory, and so we move on. And PSV, our opponents today, they are without Weiltman, who is suspended, and is it Cass or Tass is out with a twisted knee. We've got Omer Rekic, who's out with a pulled abdominal muscle, so he won't be playing today. We've played them 4 times in this series, twice before we joined when we were in the Eredivisie last time, and we can tell you that the Philips Stadion, it was a 4-1 loss last time in the Eredivisie. Bakayo, Dijon, Bernabé and Lang, the scorers for PSV. Kramer getting a consolation goal for us. However, the last time we did play them earlier in the season in the Eredivisie, we did beat them. We beat them by 2-0. Castellanos and Oaksonen on that occasion. Castellanos getting underway after 2. Oaksonen after 57, giving us a 2-0 win at the Mandamakers. Slightly different kettle of fish today, of course. And of course, we lost to them in the Dutch Cup final last season by a single goal to 0. Let's hope it's a close run thing again today. And here is the side that faces PSV in this Eredivisie match day 22. Setford is in goal. Van der Boij, Indy and Rossia are defensive line because of that injury to Rekic. And also, we must have another central defender out. I'm sure that's not the usual formation we do. Anyway, Latonda and Shrivers as a complete wing-backs for Rowe, and Oaksonen in between them. Toure, and I did say I was going to drop Peter, but we haven't really got... just not. Beaton isn't on full form, so Peter will continue in that right because his average ratings are slightly better, and hopefully he just turns up to the party today. Castellanos continues up front, and then on the bench we have Vassen, Congolo, Oakley, Gari, Leveld, Lakessa, Hansen, Baton, Lemuri, Drambev, Lobinger and Van Duren. And here we are at the Philips Stadion against PSV EIndhoven, playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. Won 4 of their last 5, lost the other one. We've only won 1 of our last 5, lost 2, drawn 2, playing our by now familiar formation. PSV in 3rd on 49 points. We are 8th on 34 points. We have a corner just 2 minutes on the clock. Toure swings it in. It's not convincing. And Van der Boij, it's coming down, but Benitez gets it. And the highlight is going to continue. Is he going to launch a long one, or is he going to throw this out? What's he going to do? No, he's going to roll it out to Omerig. Korstenen. Teller. PSV look dangerous all over the pitch. As we well know, we don't want to go down a goal down too early in the game. And Oaksonen did win that ball, but it's backed up very well. Oh, and they're through. Teller's in. But Latonda did. Oh, dear. Latonda put it in the path of Turgeman, and Turgeman put it away. It was ominous, wasn't it? It was like it was going to happen. And, well, 4 minutes and we go behind. Oh, Latonda tried to get rid of it. And actually, I didn't realise it was defended off of Rosier. And Turgeman was first there, set for trying to stop him from getting it underneath him, but he chipped it over him. Rosier goes out wide to Shrivers, who brings the ball down nicely. Shrivers through to Peter. He's been brought down in the penalty area, and VAR is going to have a look at it. And I think it's going to be a penalty. It was a surefire. Question whether Peter was offside to start off with, but that's obviously not in contention. It is a penalty. He was brought down and we could go level here. Let's hope so. Who's going to take it? It's Castellanos. Oh, and he missed it. Of course he did. Of course he did. Goodness me. Benitez pumping it away. Short corner. Peter. Short to Toure. Toure crosses it in. Vro. Oaksonen. Oh, and it's gone over the top. We've had our chances in this first half so far. 15, 16 minutes on the clock. Peter. Vro. Shrivers. Shrivers chips this one in. It's headed. Oh, it's loose. Goalkeeper made a howl of that. Setford with a goal kick, free kick or whatever. I mean, we've been the dominant force in this game. When you look at the stats at half time, Toure back out to Latonda. Latonda, we've been playing very well. Latonda, Vero. Vero finds Van der Beek. We should at least be on level terms. Peter Oaksonen, he's missed the bloody target. Goodness me. Oh! Well. What do you do? 14 shots, 8 of which have been on target, more than 50%, and either their goalkeeper's saving them, or we just, well, beggars belief, 2.94. We should be at least 3 goals up here. And that missed penalty from Castellanos. 48% of the possession. They've had 7 shots, 5 on target, 1.15 and 52% of the possession. They probably should be... I don't know. I'm at a loss. And with 62 minutes on the clock, we make 2 changes. Thierry Latonda, he's off, is replaced by Drambev. And Castellanos, who he's having a poor game and suffering from that missed penalty. So we've replaced him with Lobinger. Friedel swings that in. It's headed over the top by Bakantur. Thetford to Martin Zindi. Van der Beek through to Oaksonen. Out to Drambev, who's come on, of course. Toure in front of him. Toure into the area. He's missed the target again. Oh no, goalkeeper saved it, Benitez. And Benitez, just a point before we watch this corner, Benitez was on a 9.2, which does mean that he has been really stopping us from getting through up to now. But can we get an equaliser from this corner? Peter swings it in. No. Vero heads it on. Oaksonen is there. Oaksonen will recycle it. Vero. And with 80 minutes on the clock, making 2 more changes. Oaksonen is off. Lekesa comes on for him. And we have taken off Peter who's not had too bad a game today, but he's picked up a yellow card, and he's replaced by William Beaton. Well, now with the throw-in. We are in the 5th minute of 5 added on, and they could get a second here. Turgman. And that would be unfair, because I think we've been certainly in it, and we have. And 2-0 scoreline isn't fair at all. We've been part of this game, and if anything, the result, a fair result, should have been a 1-1. And Castellares scoring that, or not scoring that penalty, took a deflection, didn't it? And it's all over. It's a 2-0 loss, but didn't deserve to be a 2-0 loss. As you see, 3.24 on the XG. We just didn't find a way through, and their goalkeeper got a 10 look. And that is the story. We had 16 shots, loads of shots, plenty on target, just didn't put them away. And it's Benitez that stopped us. Any other day, we'd have beaten them quite wholesale, really. Disappointing. They've had 14 shots, 8 on target, 1.82. They did have the bulk of the possession, but we weren't as bad as the result says. We were against Almere City, but not against PSV. It's just one of those. I don't know what to say. Well, we remain in 8th place after that loss to PSV. And PSV have closed the gap on Feyenoord very slightly by virtue of Feyenoord only getting a draw against Nijmegen. Ajax, don't think they played in today's round of games. They played Vitesse on Saturday, a 1-0 win against them. Zwolle are in 4th on 42 points. They are now 9 points adrift of Ajax. So the top 3 really roaming away now. And AZ just outside on 39. They are 3 points adrift of Zwolle. Sparta Rotterdam are 6th on 38. Utrecht are 7th on 37. We're 3 points adrift of them in 8th place. 2 points behind us now. Volendam in 9th. And round down the bottom, Vitesse are in that playoff drop zone on 20 points, just on goal difference from go-ahead Eagles. Heerenveen pulled themselves away. They're on 22. Hercules Almelo are on 17 points, 3 points adrift of Vitesse and go-ahead Eagles. And Almere City are down there on 8 points, having lost 1-0 to Excelsior, which is what we should have done, at least, as it turns out. So that's how it's ending today's episode. We're going to play Nijmegen offline. We're coming back for FC Emmen, who are currently 10th, and FC Utrecht, who are currently 7th in the next episode. I hope you can join me for that, and we'll look forward to seeing you for that one. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode, despite it not being very productive. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. New episodes of Going Dutch are released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 26. It's out on Thursday. Until then, have yourselves a great week. See you then. Bye-bye.